Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Aditi here, your brand strategist and leadership coach. And today we're going to be talking about rebooting your brain, because your brain is the most important thing that actually helps you either move forward or hinders you. So we're going to talk about how to actually use your brain in a way that it's going to help you move forward and thrive in your lives. It's crazy because our brains are so powerful, but we're not really taught this in school. We're not taught how to manage our brains, how to optimize our brains, or anything. And luckily, in my life coach school training, we've learned a lot about the brain and how to rewire it and program it in a way so we can actually get the results and the success that we want. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to beat imposter syndrome, or self-doubt. Hey, Regina. So if you have struggled with imposter syndrome, let me know in the comments below, because I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that I have really struggled with. I have had to work through so much self-doubt to get the results that I've gotten in my life. But for a long time, I felt really crippled by my own self-doubt. And it's a constant process that, you work through again and again and again. Each time you do something new, you're going to hit a new level of that self-doubt. So I want to talk to you about how you can actually beat that self-doubt, right? So you may have felt self-doubt maybe when, it also has to do with like feeling like a fraud and self-sabotaging, having self-doubt. And you may have felt it, for example, maybe you get like a new job and you're like, who am I to have this job? Like, I don't know why I was chosen. I don't feel good enough. Or maybe you get a new client and you're like, who am I to help this person? I don't know if I even can. Maybe you got chosen for an award and you're like, who am I to get recognized for this? I don't think I'm that good. Or maybe you're starting a new business and you're like, man, I suck. I don't know what I'm doing and I'm a total fraud. Who would hire me? Or maybe, you are going on live video to build your brand, your blog, your business, and you're just like, man, no one cares what I have to say. I just suck. I don't really know if I can help anybody, right? So this is the voice of self-doubt that cripples us. There's self-defeating thoughts that can turn into a super toxic environment in your brain. And it holds you back from your full potential. And most people, they don't even know, first of all, that these are even all in there because we're not always aware of it. And they don't even know what to do with these thoughts when they come up. I had no idea what to do. I mean, I would just go straight into depression. You know what I mean? Can you guys relate to that? You just get so crippled by your thoughts that you just don't know what to do with it, And these thoughts are what end up blocking us from showing up as our full, vibrant, confident selves. So I feel really committed about this topic because I have struggled with self-doubt so much that I want to help people conquer self-doubt so they can show up in the world the way that they really want to, or the way they secretly feel inside, but they've just been too scared to come out of their shell. And I find that when self-doubt takes over, we end up showing up only half showing up in our lives. You know what I mean? Like you're only half fully up there. Maybe, you don't ask for that gig. You don't ask for that promotion. Maybe you don't ask that person out on a date because of your self-doubt, because of those crippling thoughts. Right? But the good news is there is a way to beat imposter syndrome. And this is a process that I've been using for myself. And I wanted to share it with you guys too, because I think it's so powerful. Like I said, this is something that I'm working on constantly, pretty much daily, actually. And I know there's a lot of people who have no idea what to do or how to do it. So if you're catching this as just a self-doubt thing, you'll have, a couple videos to help you through the process. If you're watching this as part of the whole 3-week reboot, week 1, we went over the business reboot. This week, we're doing the brain reboot. And next week is the body reboot. So this is all free right now. It may be paid later, but if you're catching it right now, you want to head over to aditticreative.com/reboot. And that's where you're going to sign up to be a part of this. All right. And there's a private group too, where I'm posting all the videos. So like I told you, self-doubt has crippled me into inaction, has crippled me into anxiety, into a place where I just couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't show up. I'd rather hide from the world. And it was just super exhausting, very debilitating. And it was just too much, to just constantly feel like you're just not good enough. So I'm going to give you a simple process to beat imposter syndrome, just to help you kind of get it out as well. Because imposter syndrome likes to hide as well, and likes to act like it's real and it's the truth. But this is the best way to actually bring it up to the surface. So there's 5 steps. Y'all know 5 is my favorite number, so I try to break everything down into 5 simple steps. So the first step you want to do is actually have a clear goal or direction that you're looking to go in your life. Okay? And the reason we start here is because if you don't know where you're going or an idea of where you're going, you won't know where you're being blocked. So you have to have an idea of where you're going. What kind of goals you have, what kind of outcomes you want to have in your life. So the second thing is you want to have clear tasks written out in order to achieve that goal. Okay? Literally get a pen and paper, write down maybe one big goal you want to focus on right now, and then write down the tasks that it's going to take to achieve that goal. How many ever tasks come, just write it all out. And then what I want you to do is actually take those tasks and schedule it into your calendar for a specific date and time to complete it. Now, this is when the imposter rises from the dead. The imposter comes to the surface, because when it's time to go do that task that you put in your calendar, guess what? You're not going to want to do it. And that's when all the juice is going to come to the surface, which is all of your self-defeating thoughts, all of your self-doubt, your fraud complex, your imposter is going to rise. So now that it's come up to the surface is where you become aware of it. And when you become aware of it, then the last step, step 5, is you're going to coach the imposter. You're going to coach the imposter through its block and shift those self-defeating thoughts. Okay? Now, if you're like, okay, this is great, I love this process, but what do I do when the imposter rises? And how do I coach it? I have no idea. So these next few days, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay? So again, this is part of the reboot. So sign up at aditticreative.com/reboot. And this is what I'm going to do in the next 4 days. Okay? The first one is going to be the number one thing responsible for your doubt. We're going to talk about where does the doubt come from and what is responsible for your doubt. The next thing is the first place to shift when you start having self-doubt. The next one is how to shift your self-defeating thoughts. And the last one is how to actualize your new self into being. How to step into this new version of yourself that doesn't doubt yourself. Pretty cool, right? Well, I'm super excited to be leading this. This is so exciting for me because this is something I'm so deeply passionate about, and I want to help people beat through their imposter syndrome. So join me for the 3-week reboot. I'm also going to be doing a Q&A at the end, and if you're watching this video series later on, each video is going to help you take you through the process. So I'm excited to help you do that. And I have a worksheet for you to help you break down the part with the goal and the task and to schedule it into your calendar. All right. So look out for that once you sign up at aditticreative.com/reboot, or if you're watching this later, you may see the worksheet right below this video. All right. I'll catch you guys soon. And are you excited to beat that self-defeating thoughts and that imposter syndrome? Because I'm excited for you. All right. See you inside.